first, one should seek financial gain in that we're using a lot of money, and we really don't need to. We have 4.23 ducats in expenses, and we're 55 development with 5 provinces. This is insane. Besides that, we also have a merchant free. One is collecting currently in Bordeaux, one in the English Channel, since we are going to be conquering some of these. I don't know how many. We also will be gunning for the Burgundian inheritance. We're going to royal marry them immediately. And you can do this in every game. I've done this about 5 times, this same start. And you can royal marry Burgundy immediately. And then get an alliance on the 12th of December. You can also, sometimes, most times, get an alliance with Castile by royal marrying them and improving relations and getting an alliance. Now we're going to actually deal with our finances by destroying the castle and getting rid of these horses. And we already are making 2 ducats, so that castle right here, that isn't honestly protecting anything. It's not doing much. Our capital is here and the fort is here. It's not doing much. And from just two cavalry units with being 2 ducats, that is how we fix our finances. You can use this for advisors and other stuff. We'll be bringing back up our army after we deal with our estates, which I usually like to summon the diet, immediately seize land, choose whichever is best for you. Improve our prestige is something one of our missions tells us to do, but I think it's really, really dumb. The missions really suck here, except for this line. This line is actually kind of interesting because you do a bit of colonization, but Tech 6 is really not it's too late to dominate Atlantic trade. Like, my goodness. So Portugal will probably have most of the Caribbean, or Castile, by then, when we finally build a dockyard in this province, which we just took the thing out of. I really would not follow these whatsoever. You can do a Exodus if you like. I did that in a multiplayer once. It was very funny. But the estates are going to look a bit like this. My estates might look a bit different than you. I've played only 1,000 hours. I'm not, although I am versed in this game, I'm not the best. I usually go with these. This one because it gives everyone happier, so I can seize land easier, and grant court positions for the prestige decay. I usually don't give anything else other than maybe aristocratic court, but they already have a whole lot. I mean, they have 47% of our land, so I'm not going to give them any estates. And for the burghers, patronage of the arts and indebted usually are a bit situational for me. I don't want to immediately go for patronage of the arts because I might not be sitting at 0 prestige. I could disinherit, but I don't think I would. He is 1 point better, technically, and the consort isn't all that great either. But I usually don't take that and just go for these 2. Namely because we are going to be fighting first Provence and then England immediately after. I don't like fighting France, and I don't like getting them as an ally, usually because most times all your other allies will disappear, or you only ally them and then they just gobble you up. They take all this. And now our army, we're going to hire the Free Company, and in addition get 1 more Latin medieval infantry, which our ideas, by the way, suck. They really do. None of these are good. None of these are good. I guess fort defense. I guess yearly papal influence +2. Well, it's okay, plus missionary strength. but it's so far down, it's almost not worth it. And the Diplo rep is just +1, and that's it. And then some prestige, and that's it. And then naval force limit, it's not that great. Forming France is the only thing we can do. And honestly, that's probably not a good idea. Brittainy is an interesting start. I do like it. I love Brittainy. It's one of my favorite things, not places to be essentially, but because I've never been there. But it is one of my favorite nations to play. As you can see, I just immediately improved relations with them just for a day, and they'll accept a royal marriage on November 11th. And now we're going to rival Provence because we are going to fight them. If you can choose to get a claim on Provence, I would 100% do that. They have morale of armies, but usually you can call in Burgundy, and I usually give them this stuff because I'm going to get them anyway for the Burgundian inheritance. So I think of Burgundy as my future plan. I'm going to wait till December 12th to get the alliance with Burgundy and royal marriage with Castile, which are really good allies, especially standing next to a France and an England. And there you go, immediately allied, immediately royal marriage, and they'll just give an alliance to me now. Castile usually doesn't get a whole lot of allies. They're a bit isolated from the rest of Europe, which makes them easier to get because they won't have as many allies. It looks like we do need to improve relations with them. They are on the fence, as on the fence can be. And you also get claims from building the force limit, which is something new that I really like in this patch. And sadly, Burgundy does not trust me enough to help me in my conquest war. Well, now they do. And as you can see, France wouldn't even help them. I'm gonna break the alliance early for them. But I will wait for that alliance. And I'm going to... I could royal marry France. I think I might do that just as a precaution. And even if I'm not going to break it, and they're just going to lose a stab later, and all it's going to cost me is an additional slot. We don't want to declare on England prematurely. They are allied to Castile. I don't know if that'll make a difference. It seems like it will. And if it does, and if the Castile actually helps them in the main war, everything that I've said from now is still applicable, even if, but I probably will restart because of this alliance. Okay, as you can see, I've got me as an ally, and I've declared war on them with the promise of land. Meanwhile, oh my god! This is happening. I really don't. I'd hate for this to become true. I really don't want England to be in a union with Portugal whatsoever. An ally is fine, but this complicates things because I want some of this land up here, and it would be really nice, or maybe even just this. And I'm currently improving with them. They would ally me, Aragon, or Castile, I should say. I don't want to right now because that means they'd probably call me in on the war. But right now I'm going to show you the peace deal that you should do with Provence. What I'm going to do is take Anjou for myself. I'm going to give these 3 provinces to Burgundy, make Provence my vassal. It will anger France, but I do have a royal marriage with them. Provence typically won't get a lot of allies in the time after France breaks the alliance, so you can do this regularly. I do want my troops to be out of here, because I want them to be black flagged, so I can actually move them to Brittainy proper. And I will do this peace deal. I'm taking these lands for Burgundy because I'm going to have them anyway. I'm going to get a personal union with Burgundy, so might as well give them as much as I can. Like I said, Britain vassal. This isn't too much AE, besides no one really likes Provence. And yeah, we should be good to go with this. This might seem a bit aggressive, but trust me, you can work it with this. I am going to. They will be disloyal, I should say, because they just came from being a rival. As you can see, I sacked their city well. Anyways, let us first core this. I do like keeping this. I think it's a good idea to keep this fort. Sure, people can still come in this way, but I don't think it'll be too expensive. Yeah, we can still hold it up. I am running a Diplo Rep Advisor, and I don't think this war is gonna go well anytime soon. I do think declaring on England now would be a good idea, since they do have no allies. And actually, I could get a reconquest. Oh wow. Yeah, I think I might do. This is so tempting. Actually, I have not had this before. This is a unique situation. Though it is a guide, I will probably just play this. Oh, they're doing well. Better, I would assume. They do have 18,000 troops, 8,000 manpower, so yeah. I don't think England has moved any of their troops at any point in time. I would like these ships to come back. They probably will get a landing. I hope the Burgundy's vassals and whatnot will help with that. Lorraine will become independent from all this. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, we're good with alliances, I would say. Well, we're not good. France did break their royal marriage, but they did lose, I hope they lost the stability for it. Anyways, I think we should declare this now while this is happening, because they'll be at war with Castile. And my biggest fear is that the surrender Main War will happen. Then this will get occupied by France, and this is not a bad province. I do kind of want it, and the France will also occupy these. Which 21 development plus center of trade plus well, wine is actually fun, not that great, but still, this is good land. This is good French lands. And if you look at the culture, I'm technically French. I don't know how much I agree with me technically being French, but it's okay. I'm going to attempt to fight this war.